To you Virgos, you Virgos actually have the Nine of Raphael, King of Raphael, and you have the Justice card for you Virgos. So what you got going on for you is the Nine of Raphael and the King of Raphael, and the Justice here for you. Um, the way that a lot of you Virgos are pretty much carrying yourselves, you're not really flinching. You Virgos aren't really biting on anything. You're not really trying to get people's attention. You don't really care if people watch. Um, a lot of you Virgos are doing things a lot more in secret or a lot more privately anyway. And you know, I'm gonna see you Virgos on the Virgin Islands. You feel me? I'm gonna see you Virgos on a Caribbean island somewhere. Watch. Don't tell the other zodiac signs. But for real though, a lot of you Virgos are just doing your thing, and the Justice here represents, creating peace, sorting out things that need to be sorted out in your life, and making sure that all the wrinkles are ironed out, right? Everything makes sense. Everything is in line. And then you have the Five of Michael and the Eight of Raphael right here. The Five of Michael, Eight of Raphael. This speaks about how you Virgos also are in a place where the Five of Michael really just speaks about how you kind of, how do I say this? Like you took people's wishy-washiness and they don't know whether or not they coming or going. You took that and you embraced it. Not saying that you Virgos will allow people to come and go as they please, but a lot of you Virgos don't want to get into you don't want to get like a hold of people. You don't care if they stay or if they go. And that puts you in a very powerful position because people like playing games, you know. When we cared whether or not they left, that's when it is that people will play games with us. You feel me? And when you Virgos decided you didn't care anymore, and you was like, I don't really care if they leave, that's when now all of a sudden they want to stay, you know. But around this time, it's too late at this time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want anything to do with them. You don't really care. You don't really care. This is more so a sense of like, you know, they should have really have taken your value and saw it for what it was before you Virgos basically decided to take you off the table. You know, before you decided to essentially, you know, what I'm trying to say here is that you Virgos don't care if people like you in that sense or not. Um, some of you Virgos may feel like you already married, so you don't really care anyway, right? Some of you Virgos who are single, um, even if you're not necessarily married, you don't care because you have purpose. And so, not really being married or not having a purpose is one of the things that would get in our way, right? We would feel like we didn't love ourselves because we don't know what our purpose is. Trying to find somebody to love and then trying to find someone to love or getting that person, that special person became or becomes our purpose sometimes. But this is what I mean when I say that in the last Virgo reading, it's about the self-respect that you have, because now it's a matter of how you Virgos really perceive yourself, how you think about yourself. What kind of esteem do you Virgos have about yourself, right? And so now it's a sense of you can't make a purpose be based upon if someone loves you or not, right? You got to have self-love first. And then you Virgos can find someone that may love you, but you have to have that love for yourself first and foremost. They, whether or not a person is you know regardless of whatever happens, you can't make your own worth be conducive or be based upon if a person cares about you romantically or not. And a lot of us Virgos, we go through those times when we were younger. Some of us may still go through it. I don't. I don't care. I've been through enough to not care. So I've been through enough to not care about it, and learned enough to not care about it. Um, I'm a happily single individual. You know what I'm saying? I have time to play and enjoy myself later when I leave. Um, you know, but as of right now, I'm working. I'm still going to continue to work even though I leave. But I mean, like, I'll have a wife later, hopefully. And if I don't, it is what it is, right? At least I tried. And so because of that, the eight of Ariel, a lot of you Virgos are staying focused and staying focused on what you Virgos got to do or what you have to do or what's important to you. And then the eight of Michael and then the ace of Raphael here speaks about how, and once again, a lot of you don't really care about being the lone wolf. You're doing your thing. The ace of Raphael also speaks about how, like, a lot of people like you, but they like you for it. They like you. They see you as being a mystery. They like how you are. But the Knight of Ariel just here speaks about how you Virgos also, you don't really care about if they like you or not, right? A lot of you Virgos see the bigger picture, and what you Virgos saw, and still see is that you Virgos cared a little bit too much. Remember what it is I was saying at the beginning of the reading. When you Virgos cared, that's when it is that they wanted to play it. They wanted to tug on your heartstrings. They wanted to pull it. They wanted to play their cards. Or word, you care. This is the reason why they would do certain things, to put themselves in stupid situations. Now you Virgos got to run in and come save them. And that's the times when it is that you saw when you Virgos would tell someone, hey, XYZ, you not finger wagging, but you would tell them XYZ, and they'd play like they would hear it, and then they would basically go off, do their own thing, and then afterwards, after they do their own thing, you would end up feeling like this person didn't listen to me at all, right? Why is that? Because they're not, because they're expecting you to come in and save them. But what happened when you Virgos decided you didn't care anymore? You just didn't give anymore, right? So to speak. That's when it is that they you notice how it is that they stop playing them games. You notice how a lot more people are telling you, you know what I'm saying? You notice how it is a lot more people are telling you, they're reaching out to you a lot more, right? And so the Ten of Michael and the High Priestess, for you Virgos here, the Ten of Michael just speaks about how, again, because you've been down this route before, you Virgos been betrayed before. So betrayal is not something new to us Virgos. We done hung around the slimiest of people, the grimiest of people, and we know our way around those people. And one of the things that we know is that those people don't care about you. They don't care about themselves. You expect them to really grow some sort of like a backbone, so to speak, and integrity so that they can stand straight up and all of that? Of course not. They slouching like a mug. And so the Ten of Michael here in the High Priestess, the Ten of Michael is all about how a lot of you Virgos, you see it in the High Priestess, which is Virgo. You have a lot of secret admirers. And, once again, the more you basically continue to do yous, the less they can do them. Because, you had a lot of people who played off of you Virgos' insecurity. And what happens now that you Virgos don't care, right? You're focusing on what you got to do. And you're doing your thing, whatever your thing is, right? You're minding your business, right? Handling your business, minding your business. Now it's like you have all these people who want to hang out and all of this. And it's like, you Virgos, you Virgos might be a little bit gracious. It's not like you're going to 100% excommunicate yourself, right? You Virgos will still leave communication open, but you're much more on a timetable where it's like you hang out with individuals, you say what's up to individuals for a few minutes, you hang around individuals, and then you got to get up on out of there. You're like, hey, I'll see you later. And then the next thing you know, they're trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And what's going on is it's called time management. You Virgos know what it is that you're doing. You don't have time to hang around, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know I'm not losing my mind because Dave East, shout outs to Dave East from Harlem. Uh, Dave East, the rapper, said, him hanging around Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was the definition of marathon because Dave East said that Nipsey, he would be like chilling with Nipsey. Like Nipsey would finish doing a show in front of an audience on stage, and then it would be him, it would be Dave East himself and Nipsey and a few of his people waiting, behind the scenes, waiting backstage and all of that, right? Behind the scenes and all of that. And they would go back. Nipsey Hussle basically would sit down for everybody enjoying themselves, popping bottles, they doing their thing. They taking their victory lap, so to speak. Shout outs to Nipsey. Hope I'm making you proud. And they would relax, and then Nipsey Hussle would nudge Dave, like, yo, let's go outside and shoot a music video. You know what I'm saying? Let's go outside and do a music video right quick. Like Dave East was like, yeah, like Nipsey was the definition of that. He was never sitting around for too long of a time. And that's the same kind of hustle, same kind of urgency that a lot of you Virgos are carrying with you now. That level of exclusivity, that level of, if a person, is gonna be around you, they either gotta be about and what you got going on and keep up with you. Otherwise, dap them up. I'll see you later. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, because they don't have anything going on for themselves, they can't understand that, right? Like, it's gotten to a point even with me now as a Virgo where I'm like, hey, I'm like that with a lot of people. I'm telling a lot of people I gotta go. Like, I got a virtual reality store I'm opening up. I got a web browser. I got other things that I'm not going to talk too much about, keeping it close to my chest, that I'm sure a lot of y'all are going to like. I got new pieces of technology coming out, like later on as some years happen and stuff like this in 2027 and all that good stuff. Like, I'm working, I'm hustling. There's urgency. I'm working. I'm working hard. I'm not just sitting down being a slouch, right? And so neither are you Virgos, but that's when it is that you have a lot of secret admirers. But a lot of you Virgos are working, they can admire you, but they can't get in between your work. Let's clarify the High Priestess. You have the Judgment, Two of Cups, Judgment, Temperance, Knight of Swords, and then you have the World card for you Virgos to clarify the High Priestess. So the High Priestess in one hand is us Virgos, and it represents the hard work that we're doing behind the scenes that we don't want people to see, or we don't really care if they see. But us Virgos are handling our business, regardless of if people are watching. And this also represents secret admirers. You have a lot of people who, again, trying to get all up in your business. And so The Judgment, Two of Cups, and the Temperance right here for you Virgos are all about how, but you've been delivered from that. The Judgment, you don't care. Two of Cups, Temperance. A lot of you Virgos don't care about if you are in relationships right now. The Temperance popped up, so tempering your wanting of things. Temper, right? The Judgment, being delivered from it, and then you have the Two of Cups, relationships. So being delivered from, or being like delivered, like not caring, not wanting per se, like you can take it or leave it, like not really caring, what, like being indifferent to whether you have a relationship or not. The Temperance is about learning how to, you know, discipline expectations and disciplining wants. And so the situation with that is the Knight of Swords and the World card here for you Virgos just represents how a lot of you Virgos want the world. You know, and it's amazing. It's the best card to end the reading on. You, which is the world. You Virgos, you have a vision. You have like opportunities that you Virgos are making, and that you're actually doing it. So you're getting to those opportunities, and it's going to pay off for you Virgos a lot in the future. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,260. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Peace. Oh, and if you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below. Go to the link. Peace.